So I decided to make a video as I changed my alternator in the 2006 Dodge Charger 5.7 liter, as I didn't find too many videos up on YouTube. And a lot of people claiming that this is very hard. This is not very hard. All I did was remove the skid plate and also the front plate. There's two little plastic plate covers you're gonna have to remove. And you see there's the alternator. There's a bolt there that connects to a bracket that connects to the engine, and then there's a bolt right in front of it. Those two bolts there. I don't know if I got lucky, but I just put a brand new 5.7 Hemi engine in my car, brand new from the Dodge dealership, not a remanufactured. And so these bolts were pretty loose. A lot of people claiming a gorilla tightened them or something, but I was fortunate and I already broke them and they're already loose. That's a 15 millimeter. There's two down there, and the one I think I'm gonna have problems with is up there with the cap on it, the positive. See the little orange bolt coming out. I need to get to that one. That one we might have difficulty getting to, but that's the only problem I'm running into right now, but I should have that off in a second. Make sure you remove your battery cables from the back trunk. I skipped all that part. Nonsense. I'm sure you guys all know how to do that. So I found it was the best tool. I used an open-end wrench, 13 millimeter, to get to the alternator positive cable. People were asking what was the best tool. I saw questions. Quarter inch or 3/4 inch, half-inch ratchet. Get yourself the 3/4 inch if you guys are having problems breaking the bolts. I don't have any problem getting to it. Plenty of room to use, so I'm going to go ahead and use the 3/4 inch ratchet with a 13 millimeter. And go ahead and put your car up on a jack. Make sure you got the jack under there. And you guys using them iPhones and shit trying to record, man, knock that off. Them iPhones, you can't see your videos dark. Man, he's a Samsung 7 Edge, 6 Edge Plus. But as you can see, I'll try to hold this my left hand. I'm completely directly straight under the car. And you got a bracket here. If you get your hand right in between here and get that ratchet up on that bolt. Let me try to get you a view. There's that bolt. So I'm gonna catch that ratchet up in there and just do yourself some baby turns. The bolt's already loose. Put your hand up there. We gotta remove that plastic cover protector. Just 1/4 inch turns. All you need to do is break the bolt. You don't need to completely take the bolt off, and then just reach your hand up in there and do it manually. Your hand is your best tool. Remember, we had these tools before they made tools. So don't be afraid to get your hands up in there. Make sure your car's cool. Mine's a little hot right now, but so, and as you see, pop that cord off. There, now I got my positive cable off. I got my two 15-inch bolts down at the bottom broke. And then I got my one up at the top already unloosened. So now I'm gonna remove them completely. And there is plenty of room to drop the alternator. People were asking, we'll move it from the top. I seen dumb idiots. They're complete adults trying to school you guys, breaking their cables up at the top end and their heat shield around their tubes. And man, knock that off. I'm not even a mechanic, and if you know how to change, you've been under here and you can change this oil filter, you can change this alternator. And you women asking the same questions, yeah, get up under there. I'm sure a lot of you women can do this better than men. Just make sure you move everything out of your way. You're gonna have a bracket here. It's connected to the 15 millimeter bolt. Remove this, just break the other bolt right there. There's gonna be a heat shield. Just loosen it and you'll be able to move this bracket down out of the way, or you'll be good. Watch. So here I am in the process. I got my 3/4 inch bracket, just little baby turns, removing the 15 millimeter bolt. This is not hard. I'm not breathing hard. Huffing and puffing. Just taking my time. Removing the bolts. You see they're coming out. Nice and smooth. The ratchet does reach down below here, so I don't need to get my hand all up in there. These are very accessible. You don't need no bending wrench or no special tool. Them guys, I don't know what they're doing. Misleading people. It's an alternator, guys. It's not, you're not removing an engine. People making people scared to do it themselves. Save money. Change your own alternator. So I got the bottom 2 bolts removed. Took me maybe approximately 3 minutes. Just broke them, removed them by hand. Got the positive cable off here. As you can see, could pull that right up out of the way. Make sure your cable's out of the way before you go and try and drop an alternator and be like that other guy and rip those wires there. Be a fool. That thing will fold right up there. Let that white cap hold it out of place. It won't bend and fall back. Good to go. Okay. Go ahead and save yourself the time and pull that pin. Pull your cap off. I make sure my pin's stuck back in there so it don't fall out and I lose it. Sometimes they break from the heat and fall out of place. Smooth that cable up out of the way. You're good to go. I'm just moving it so I don't hit it and be like that other guy. I'm gonna remove this bolt here. As you can see, it's already been taken out. And so I went ahead and took off my air intake, as I will be changing my water pump as well. Might as well, I'm already down here. You're gonna need a 3/4 inch ratchet. Put in this little thing here. This is your belt tensioner. Best way is to get it in there, pull up with your right hand and remove the belt just strictly off the alternator, or write a diagram down on how your belt is, because you don't want to have a pain on trying to figure out how your belt went. So got it off the alternator. I got all the bolts removed. I got that last top bolt I will take off right here from the top. You can see I can do it with my hand. Best thing is get in there with your hand. You won't mess up your brand new ratchet set by dinging it. So you can see that alternator is already moving. It's already going to want to fall. So I'm going to pause this. And so I have taken off my intake. Just stuffed thing in here so no dust gets in there. No big deal. Now, I have a lot of people also complaining that they'd have no room to get out the top or bottom. You can get it out the bottom if I sit there and rigged it and pushed it, but I'm taking into consideration that I got to put the new one back in, and I don't want to damage the new one putting it in by trying to get it fitting in the bottom. So I got to change my water pump tomorrow anyhow, so I'm going to go ahead and make it simple for you guys. You guys can do this too. Just get your guys self a pitcher. Make sure the car's cooled off. It's not hot. And just come over here and drain your radiator a little bit. You don't need to drain it all the way. For those who don't know, the back side here, there's a drain plug. Just put your pitcher up under there and pull your drain plug. Unloosen it. And your radiator fluid starts to come out that hose. So let it drain a little bit. Make sure it stays clean. You can reuse it if it's clean. If not, you gotta flush your radiator. Just do it. Took my cap off to let the air go. I leave it on so no dust gets inside there. I hate dirt in my radiator. I just got a brand new 5.7 Hemi engine. I bought a brand new intake manifold. I had blew the number 3 cylinder out and metal shavings got up in there. So after everything done and said, I spent about $8,200 from the Dodge dealership. Gave me a great price here in Las Vegas at Chapman Dodge. I've called around and everybody wanted 10, 11 grand from a Dodge dealership. I didn't want to go with anybody else. I wanted the 3-year, 100,000 mile warranty. So, as that's training, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the radiator hose, push it to the side and pull your radiator, drop the new one in, put this back in together, and refill your radiator up. I didn't remove the timing belt off, or the belt off completely. Oop. That way I can just put it back in place. Tomorrow I'll be removing this again, putting the water pump in. So, as... let me go stop that drain plug real quick. Go ahead and screw your drain plug and stop it. I almost filled up. As you see, it's nice and clean. No dirt in my radiator fluid. Look at how clean that is. So I want to keep that clean. I don't want no debris getting in it. All I did was drain it. I can reuse that. Nice and pink. And as you can see, all I did was move the hose. No radiator fluid. Just a little bit came out. And I was able to move my alternator right out of there within seconds. I didn't have to fight it, force it, sweat. Nothing. Beautiful day out here in Las Vegas. Nice and sunny. Sun right on my back. So it's not hard at all, guys. I'm talking 15 minutes and this was out. I've Googled around and cleaned things, and so it might have took longer than expected. I've probably been out here a half hour, but full work time is 15 minutes getting it out. Probably about another 15 minutes putting it back in, another 5-10 minutes putting all my radiator stuff back together, my intake, and I'm good to go. Don't fight the feeling, guys. This is easy. Anybody can do it. So, you guys can see I'm underneath the car now, and I have the new alternator set in place. Very easy. From the top is the easiest. Take off your radiator hose and it'll slide right into place. No, it won't. It's like playing doctor. You won't even touch a metal. You won't bang up the new alternator. So I got it in, got it plugged in, and now you can see I got the socket over there, and just taking my time, tightening the bolt. It's going in smooth. I'll be right back after it's all tightened up. So I got the bottom bolts in place. Now I'm going to work my way up to the top bolt. Leave this wire unplugged, guys, until you're done working on it so you don't hit it. Just get it out of the way. So, alternator's in. Radiator hose is back in place. Intake manifold back in place. Pretty simple. It took me 5 minutes. Put back all together. Alternator was very simple, guys. Very, very simple. There's the new alternator. Ticking, started right up. I do not hear a humming noise right now, but I'm waiting for my radiator fluid to settle. It's a pressurized system, so I have to put the rest in there still, so I'm just letting it get to a temperature so the thermostat will open up. It looks like it's going down now. We'll monitor that, but good to go. Alternator's in. 2006 Dodge Charger RT 5.7 liter. If you have any questions, comments, subscribe, and post them down below. I'll be sure to answer any questions. Pretty simple, guys. Thank you.